Now, it is a wartime mystery that somebody watching could help solve. A museum in Greenwich is hoping the public can help them identify a woman in the only known portrait of a serving female Navy officer in the Second World War. Her name has been lost to time, but experts have now revealed a few clues to her identity. Mahathir Pasha takes up the story.
She is one of the 75,000 who served in the Women's Royal Naval Service during the Second World War. Her striking pose was captured in this piece of art, which has now ended up in the hands of a museum. But there's still a big question remaining. Who is this war heroine?
This kind of portrait showing a woman in uniform is quite a rare thing, and certainly in the time that I've worked at this museum, this was the first opportunity we've had to acquire one, and the first opportunity for a long time. So we really want to make the most of that, and as part of that find out as much as we can about this woman and who she was, which is the mystery at the heart of the picture.
The Royal Museums Greenwich have spent the past 7 months researching this work and trying to identify the woman. They are now appealing to anyone who might recognise her to come forward. Thankfully, they've provided some clues.
Firstly, we have the signature and the date have been left for us by the artist. So we know it was made by an artist called Joseph McCulloch, and he's dated it in 1945. We know she's a third officer because she has this single stripe of light blue around both of her cuffs, which tells us her rank. She also seems to have won a medal, because you can see a medal ribbon pinned to her chest. She also seems to be wearing a wedding or an engagement ring as well. So there are this series of clues throughout this work.
The museum currently boasts hundreds of paintings of men in naval uniform, but not a single one of a woman. This work outlines a wider problem for some historians.
It flags up the fact that women have always been involved in the Navy, and more broadly they've always been involved in the military. But our history is very patchy, let's put it that way, and a lot of women's accomplishments and achievements in the military and contributions have really been forgotten about. And one of the reasons why they're forgotten about is because these histories tend to be written by men.
You'll be able to view this iconic work of art from February next year at the Queen's House in Greenwich. Meanwhile, the curators are hoping they'll be able to identify this mystery woman before then. Mahathir Pasha, ITV News.